Hello friends, I'm George, the nice meeting gentleman. In this video, I'm going to show you a fragrance from the house of Afnan called Modest Un. I'm going to tell you how this smells, what it's similar to, how it performs, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you whether this is actually worth checking out. If you enjoy my videos, guys, if you enjoy my work, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Alright, let's take a look at the packaging and the presentation of this fragrance. It comes packaged in this black colored box with some silver accents. This is actually a sleeve, but on the front you got the name of the fragrance, the name of the company, bottle size 100 milliliters, EDP concentration. On the back there's some additional information along with a production date, which in the case of my bottle is July of 2023, so it's a very recent batch. Once you take out that sleeve, you're greeted by the actual box, and as you can see, it has the shape of a book. And you open it up like a book as well, and inside sits the fragrance. Here you got some additional message from Afnan. It's quite often with their presentations that you get such things, and also there's a bit of a like a note pyramid that has the top notes fresh, spicy, heart notes citrusy, warm, ambery, and the base notes musky. That's what it says here. And then this is how the bottle looks. The note breakdown of this fragrance as per Fragrantica has the following notes. The top notes are black pepper, lavender, mint, and nutmeg. The middle notes are citruses, amber, and eucalyptus. And the base notes are vetiver, musk, and cedar. I'll show you the spray in action. It's a very nice prayer, and I'll tell you what I pick up. Well, if you try this one for the first time, you immediately realize what this is a clone of or is being heavily inspired by, and that's none other than Sauvage, the Dior Sauvage line. It's a sort of a mix between the EDT and the EDP, especially in the opening. Now, in the opening of this fragrance, what I pick up is the mint note, definitely the lavender note. I pick up a bit of that citrusy sweetness, also a bit of spiciness from that nutmeg. There's the peppery note is also in there, but it's not very prominent. So the opening is not an exact copy of Dior Sauvage EDT. It's more like of a mix between the EDT and the EDP versions of Sauvage. It's not as sharp, it's not as spicy and as peppery as you get with the EDT. And to my nose, it leans a little bit closer to the EDP version of Sauvage. On the dry down though, this is very, very similar to Dior Sauvage EDT. The fragrance becomes a bit sweeter on the dry down. There's a slight musky note in here, but all in all, on the dry down, this will get you very, very close to the Dior Sauvage EDT scent. The performance of Afnan's Modest Un is pretty good. Now, this is not a beast mode fragrance for sure, but it's a very long-lasting fragrance. I get somewhere between 8 to sort of almost pushing up to 9 hours of performance out of this fragrance, with very strong projection in the first about hour and a half. Especially if you go a little bit heavy on the trigger, this can be sort of a room filling type of scent. And it projects nicely for about hour and a half. So again, not a super beast mode fragrance, but definitely a very good performer. When it comes to the versatility, this of course is a super versatile scent DNA. Yeah, you know, you can use this one for pretty much any type of occasion, any time of the year, any time of the day, absolutely no problem. This is a compliment getter, and at this point, you know, people are very familiar with the Sauvage EDT and EDP scent. So if you wear this instead of Sauvage in the air around you, probably nobody will be able to tell what you're wearing. So again, this is a super versatile fragrance. When it comes to the price of the Modest Un, now this is a bit sketchy because this fragrance sometimes is really low on stock at retailers and prices can go really high. But at other times, especially if you look for promotions and discounts and stuff like that, if you can find those, the price of this can be very low. I personally was able to snatch a bottle of this fragrance from Notino for a price relatively like roughly the equivalent of about $30. And at the end, my final thoughts about the Modest Un from Afnan and whether it's actually worth checking out. At this point, a lot of people will actually say that the Sauvage DNA, you know, from the whole Sauvage line, excluding the Sauvage Elixir, is already overplayed and it's dated. But my opinion is different. I think this still works, that scent DNA, because it's super versatile, super likable. People will give you compliments if you're wearing a Sauvage EDT or this, for an example. And because it can be used as a daily driver, you know, office usage, any type of occasion, pretty much, this thing is a scent that is not dated, in my honest opinion. So if you're looking for a cheap alternative to Sauvage EDT with great presentation, good performance, definitely I think Modest Un is worth checking out. Look for a good deal for this fragrance. I think a price somewhere between $30 to $40 is a fair price for this fragrance. So if you can get it for that price, and if you like the Sauvage scent profile, Sauvage DNA, I think Modest Un is definitely worth checking out. For me, this fragrance gets a huge like simply because I'm a big fan of the original Sauvage EDT. And so in today's video, I showed you Modest Un from the house of Afnan, a fragrance that I think is a great alternative to Dior Sauvage EDT and even the EDP version. I hope that you found this video interesting or helpful. If you did, give it a like, and I hope that I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye bye.